Hey, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gonna dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Senpaku. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
All right, now I'm recording. That story that I shared before was not that funny, so I'm not going to tell it again.
No, I have. Yo, we're back. Now we're recording.
We are
right?
back, and
Okay.
the sound is working. The short version of it was I was the only person in the grocery store. It felt like a zombie apocalypse, and a white man helped me because I was looking for bread, and I couldn't find the bread I was looking for, and I think he got tired of me pacing behind him, so he was like, "Hey, bud, what's going on? What are you looking for?"
Oh no. So yeah, man. We're back. Episode 176. It's been a minute. We got some things we got to catch up on. Some wrestling and talk about. Some X-Men 97 and talk about. Some Ninja Kamui. Some Rebel Moon. There's a lot of stuff going on. But yo,
You still didn't send me the thing.
Oh, sorry. There's a game that's coming out. I'm excited to play it. That game is called Stellar Blade. How do you feel about it? You don't seem like you're interested.
I played the demo.
I did not play the demo. How was it?
It was all right. It was
hack and slashy.
It was hack and slashy, but it was also Soulsborne-y. It was
gross,
like Sekiro kind of, but not nearly as good. It reminded me. The vibe is very similar to Nier Automata in terms of like the world.
Ooh, I gotta play that. I still haven't played that. I remember you telling me about that game.
That shit's fire.
A couple years ago.
It's a great game. One of the best soundtracks in the history of video games.
That's what you said.
It's phenomenal,
I'm gonna have
bro.
to pick it up. You said it was really sad though.
Dog. Worst mistake ever was playing that game while I was grieving the loss of a parent. And it was like right during that time, and I went to go play the most depressing game of all time. I was like,
why am I
holy crap, I am depressed, I think.
Oh man,
everything sucks. Jeez. But I can't stop playing this game because it's great, but it's also
right. It's tough,
bro. I can't spoil. Well, there is a major spoiler that I won't give, but like, there's a point at which you realize like why you're doing what you're doing, and it's just like, I'm horrified at what I just learned. And then one of the endings, and this is a spoiler, but there's zero context, so you won't know what's going on. One of the endings, this game famously has like 26 different endings. But one of them, there's like this, I don't know, B2 is the name of the character. I forget exactly the situation, but she's like running out of battery because she's a robot. And you have to get to like this helicopter or you have to get to some space before her battery runs out. And so like she starts slowing down and she starts like, the screen starts to like distort. And then once you get to like the camp or whatever you're supposed to go, like it's, she recharges and it's all good. But if you fuck around and take too long, bro, like she just stops working. Like you're moving the character, and then like the screen starts to like distort. She starts moving super duper slow. The screen goes just like black and white, and like the audio is like really distorted. And then she just stops working, bro. She just turns off, and the game is over. The game just ends. And it's like there's a caption that says something like, "And B2 remained there for like 6,000 years or some shit." She just turned off, and that was it. It's horrible. And that happened to me by mistake because I like didn't know where to go, and I ran out of battery. I was like, oh my God. Just when I thought this game couldn't get any sadder, I don't want to play this shit no more.
That's tough.
It's fire. The game is fire though. It's worth playing. There's some funny ass parts in the game, of course, as well. But it is it's
tough.
This is a depressing way to start off this podcast.
It kind of was. I will lighten the mood by telling a hilarious story. I listened to this podcast. Okay. I listened to this podcast. So I started listening to it because it was originally a Dune podcast. Okay. And it was originally a Dune podcast where these guys would discuss the books, right? And when I the episodes I was picking up earlier where I was listening to because they were they were talking about the books and they were interpreting the books, and they had started it leading up to Denis Villeneuve's first Dune film. So that was kind of their thing, was they would reread the books and they get everybody up to speed, and then they would like the movie coming out was like the big event, right, for the pod. So I was listening to this podcast, and this guy tells this story, and so one of the they kind of like they started the pod off by talking about just everyday stuff, and one guy was like he's saying how he was tired. I think he'd been doing like some yard work or something, and the other guy's like he just says, "Man, you're so much more fit and athletic than me." And then this dude goes on to tell this story about how they were at a music festival, or it might have been a film festival.
But the question that spawned it was like, when's the last time you went to the hospital? Oh
yeah, so exactly that's what happened. So the guy had like he hurt his back doing said yard work or whatever. So he went to urgent care or something, and then he's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of like having to go to the doctor. When's the last time you had to go to the doctor? The other guy's like, the other guy just tells him like, at least you're going, for something like that. You're a much better man than I am. And he proceeds to tell this story about how they were at this, I think it was a film festival in France, and there was like a live band playing or something, and my man he gets a hot dog. He goes to bite the hot dog. It turns his head too fast. Dude snapped his neck. The hot dog. This dude said he fell on the ground.
Shit.
This dude had to go to a French hospital. Oh my goodness, he had to go to a hospital in France for eating a hot dog. He said he couldn't move it. He said he couldn't turn his head for like days. He goes there.
Said he had to get surgery.
Dog. No, he didn't have to get surgery, but he had to. They kept him at the hospital They kept him at a French hospital for like 3 days, bro.
He said that he was fucked up for like 6 months.
He said he was literally, his neck was messed up for months. Like physical therapy because he turned his head too fast to eat a hot dog. It was hilarious. It was
man, that's a hilarious story.
That was very funny. But yeah, man, the pod is back. Oh yeah, like I was saying earlier, we've been busy working on some music, and surprise, they do have a new album coming out.
Mhm.
Won't tell you when, won't tell you the name, but it is sooner than you think. And I've been posting some hints and some pictures and stuff on the internet, on Twitter, things like that. But Hero, how's the work behind the scenes been going for you on that?
It's been great, man. It's been challenging, but it's good, man. This is a creation that has happened fully in this studio. Production, mixed, mastered, engineered, all of that stuff is all here.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's kind of weird because one, this album is, I'm very excited for everyone hearing, but you know, this guy does so much stuff for me. Hero, I'm talking about, records me, mixes my music, masters my music, produces a lot of my music. So much to the point where, spoiler, he produced this whole album. Okay, it's just me and him. But when, you know, we're kind of talking about, you know, how we're gonna release it and things like that, and it's just weird because it seems like he's produced all my projects because he does so much work on them. But we haven't done a joint where he made every single track since Sword of Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's kind of, it was weird when you said that, because I was almost like, wait, what do you mean? We did Vagabond, and then I'm like, oh wait, you only had a couple joints on there, you know.
Couple.
So yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be dope. Hero leveled up in the engineering, mastering field.
Yep, and we got from and a couple of from waiting on some and possibly even a 9 from
No.
not gonna be
Hey man, yeah, hey man,
Hilarious. Yo, you know what soundboard clip I miss? I missed the Carmelo Anthony one.
dog. I forgot that I took that out. I got the fuck out of here.
That one used to be so funny. But yeah, man, what are you into currently, my friend?
Dog, I've been
the SwordCast is back.
I've been absolutely like a creative monster over the past couple of days.
That's amazing to hear. You know, man, I go through sometimes where I'm not working on music, and you know, we've been kind of chipping away at this album in the shadows.
Yeah.
But we recently like got in full creative mode, and like now it's like being hammered away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, we were kind of working on it here and there, but it's just, I don't feel the same when I'm not, because it's almost to the point where sometimes I'm going, you know, so long without, you know, working on or focusing on, you know, the art, and I just don't feel like the same person. It's weird. But anyway, go ahead. What are you into currently?
I know exactly what you mean. It's I've been in a major creative funk for like when I say months, I mean like the entirety of 2024 or 2024 until like last week, and it all kind of broke through. Which is, I mean, because I've been wanting to be creative, but I just haven't had the juice. And one of the nice things about where I'm at now is like I don't really. I've said this before. Like I'm not in competition with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have anything to prove. You know, I'm at a point now where I can make music because I want to make music, which is like to me, that feels like success. And it's like anybody can make music because they want to make music, but like I can make music and like because I want to make music, and also like there are people who are interested in the music that I make, and that's cool too. You know? Facts. And you've been at that place for a while, but it feels good for me to also be there. But this piece, man, like, you know, the more I've been like mixing this project, the more I feel like this is almost as much my album as it is yours in terms of like, cause I remember like where I was, and I could like see especially you did an excellent job, by the way. This borders on a spoiler. But how you like arrange the tracks.
Oh, you can see, yeah.
I follow it. I follow the story, and it totally makes sense. By the way, that other thing that we just did.
Oh,
that that'll probably have to go maybe towards the back end. Like to me, that's what if I'm reading what you're putting down, that's what I'm reading.
My mind. Little you know, it's always funny. We always talk about Professor X, and when we're kids, we think this guy's in his like 60s.
Dog, he was like 35.
it's just
was like our age now.
You know, when you're a kid, you just have that perception of bald equals 90 years old.
Nah.
He was cut up.
Yeah, bro. You remember the episode where he was doing gymnastics? That nigga had like a fucking 8-pack, and he was swole, and he was doing like, I don't even know what you call that, like the pommel horse.
Yes, bro.
Paraplegic or no movement below the waist, and he was doing the pommel horse. Man's
was shaved, not bald.
Facts. So yeah, man, I've broken through the creative slump. I feel really, really good about what we're doing. I've been telling the few people who I trust to like get, you know, ears on it to like make sure I'm going in the right direction with the mix. I've been telling them that I'm like super proud of this shit. Like I really feel like that feeling that we had at like during Sword of Nature, like I feel that, but like,
but it's on another
because
level.
And the difference is because Sword of Nature, I think we both knew like this is some really creative shit, but it might not be for everybody. Like we kind of knew like, this is amazing, and we created something new. But like I imagine that some people are probably gonna be like, yeah, this is cool, but maybe it's not for me.
Yeah,
this shit right here, bro, I don't care, nigga, what this shit is like. I don't care who you are. I don't care what music you listen to. This shit is undeniably fire, bro. Full stop. Undeniably fire.
Yep. Can't wait for people to hear what we got going on here, man. It's just I'm very excited about it. Yep. It's good.
It's good. That's what I've been saying.
It's good.
It's good. Good.
All right, man. Quick. Into currently me. So I have been into a lot of things, but you know, I'm a film watcher. I just watched Kill Bill for the first time in
one or
years.
Two, or both.
Both.
Of course.
Oh,
you never watch just one movie. It's always
never. If there's a sequel, I'm watching it in the same sitting. I don't care.
I did that for RoboCop recently.
Kill Bill. Oh my goodness.
RoboCop 2 is trash, by the way. And RoboCop 3.
Man, they blew Lieutenant Murphy to chili at the beginning of that first movie.
Bro, RoboCop 1 is fire, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
Nah, it's cool. And it takes place,
I love that movie.
It takes place in Detroit too.
Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah, man. But Kill Bill, fire. Let's go. Quick wrestling recap. Lots of wrestling. We're gonna get through it quick. So a couple weekends ago, I surprised Jay, my son, got him out of school early. Actually, didn't even send him to school, and drove to Chicago for New Japan Riot in the Windy City pay-per-view. It was fire, man. It was a great time. The seats were better than I knew somehow. I knew I had lower level seats had no idea they were on the floor,
Yeah,
bro. It
they
was
seem close.
nuts.
Is there such thing as being too close to a wrestling show?
Ooh.
Because
I'm gonna say no.
Because like if you're right at like the guardrail, can you see what's going on in the ring? Because you're kind of below the ring a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but I think at that point you just stand up. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I've never been there, but
man, show was dope. Moxley. So there were some good matches. Zack Sabre Jr. beat Matt Riddle for the television championship. That match was dope. This was where Jungle Boy went against Shota Umino, and this was in Chicago. So let me tell you guys something about Jack Perry. Okay. Don't let the internet fool you. Jack Perry is over. Oh, yeah, he is mad over. He came out with a CM Punk flag.
Yep.
First of all, and half the crowd was loving him, and half the crowd was giving him the middle finger and throwing stuff at him, and he was just eating it up.
Yep.
It was dope.
He looks good as a heel, man.
He does, man. It's good. It's good for him, and
I didn't see that at first.
It's good for him, and then he can wrestle. So kind of when you're a heel that wrestles like, but you wrestle like a baby face, I think it's a cool dynamic. That match was good. There was a crazy street fight with Eddie Kingston and his crew versus Gabe Kidd and those guys, and then but the main event was Tetsuya Naito versus John Moxley. Moxley was leaking, of course, immediately. And I feel like people being a wrestling fan is so weird. Can you imagine if an actor was just like, oh man, sometimes when nobody's looking, I like to take a blade and I like to cut myself and
just like to cut my face open,
and then I like to bleed just to get into the role. You know what I mean? But anyway, Moxley was leaking.
Nobody makes me bleed.
Nobody. So Moxley beats Naito for the championship, right? My son he loves both of them, so he was happy. I mean, he seeing the IWGP title change live is crazy. So
that is pretty crazy.
He was like ecstatic, and then but yeah. So I'm down with Moxley winning the title. I think New Japan really desperately needs an exciting change right now.
Trying to put the game on, but it's in Spanish for some reason. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
But I think it's good for them, but they just need something different, something a little more exciting right now. Losing Ospreay, losing Okada, losing Jay White, losing so much, one after another. So I think they need to kind of regroup, let Moxley be the champ, let people kind of get sick of him, you know what I mean, and then build up somebody to take it from him. I think that guy should be Shota Umino. I think he's a star. I think he's awesome. They've been putting Yota Tsuji in that spot. Kind of he's been the one getting the big matches, but I think Shota's the guy. So hopefully he's the one that kind of moves up and becomes that next guy. But I am not okay with Moxley defending the title on AEW shows. Really? I don't like that. I don't like that. What are we doing? This is the IWGP title. I don't like him defending it against dudes that aren't in New Japan. I just don't. I think that's
the only thing The only thing I don't like about it is that it suspends my disbelief too much, because obviously he's going to win.
He's going to win, but also I don't like him defending the belt, and I would much prefer he don't even be on AEW with that belt. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
What? Oh wait, no. Kenny never had it when he was in. Nobody has had it
not while being in AEW. No.
Didn't Chris Jericho have it for a minute?
Heck no. He was the Intercontinental Championship, right. But I don't think he was in AEW with it though.
Yeah.
All right, man. And then moving on, WrestleMania was a few weeks ago. We watched it together. WrestleMania was indeed fun.
It was.
So here's what we're gonna do. WrestleMania was 2 nights. 1 word match review for all the matches. Night 1. Just 1 word. 1 word match review.
Mm-hmm.
Rey Mysterio Jr. and Andrade versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar.
Are you asking me for my 1 word review?
Yep.
I didn't watch it. I don't remember. I didn't watch the first night.
Oh, okay, night 1. So
I watched all of the second night though. So
cool.
cool.
And then we had the Black Excellence match with
Damn, I'm mad. I wanted to watch that one, but I
Bianca Jade and Naomi versus my girls from Damage Control, Asuka, Kyrie, and Dakota Kai. Fun. Bianca Belair, Jade, Naomi's entrance, fantastic. And you know what, man? These neck beardigans gotta stop with
what are they saying
she's
now?
stiff. She's too green. Bruh, if you don't go somewhere, Jade's a superstar.
Listen, bro, if they made fucking Goldberg and Ultimate Warrior champions and stars, they can make her.
She's black.
And she's also like and this might sound crazy. I think she's already better than, like, comparatively better than them in the ring. Or at least on her way.
Facts. Oh, she's
definitely
better.
Ultimate Warrior for sure.
Facts.
That nigga couldn't wrestle a lick.
That is facts. Then we had the tag team ladder match with New Day, Miz, and my man R-Truth.
R-Truth. I watched part of that one.
A-Town Down Under, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor, and DIY. And then my boys, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Fun. Yeah. I'll say fun again. R-Truth is hilarious. They did the spot where he was trying to get a hot tag, and it was a ladder match, and it was like it was funny. Then
somebody need to give him a world championship before he retires.
I remember me and Eric, my homie Eric Handsome Bane from SwordCast Power Hour. We always talk about him, and one time I was saying, how is he still around? He had to be. I was like, he got to be stealing from WWE. Like, he probably has like some crazy lick set up,
right?
just getting over on them,
right?
Just pocketing millions.
Right, he been collecting a check, bro.
But Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso, that match was trash.
I hate that was because it's a good storyline, but man, I just hate that the match was trash.
No chemistry. I don't. It's just. You get these guys that are tag team wrestlers, and then you just throw them out there and expect them to put on a singles match. One, they had no chemistry against each other. It was weird. And then two, they're wrestling singles matches, but they're still doing their tag team movesets. Yeah. So it just doesn't work. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Good.
Okay.
It's good. It was a great opener. I loved it. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Fire. The brainbuster on the turnbuckle. Excellent. Then the main event from night 1 was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns.
I did watch that.
Chaos.
You know what, bro? I thought it was pretty good.
It was
actually
very fun. It was. That was when
The Rock was out there doing work. Kind of.
It was entertaining. The Rock was very surprising with how well he was dropping a lot of profanity.
Bro, this like Hollywood Rock character is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a little ridiculous. Then we're on the night 2. We had Bobby Lashley and why can't I Montez Ford and dog, why can't I think of the name of Street Profits? Street Justice. Street Justice is a rap group from
shout
Michigan.
Out to Street Justice, bro.
Yeah, we have Bobby Lashley, Street Profits versus that really boring team of Authors of Pain and crazy white guy. I can't think of his name.
Killer Cross,
Yeah,
Karrion Cross.
Yeah, Karrion Cross. That match was super boring. Montez Ford's a star though. Do something with him.
Yeah.
Do we
Yo,
have
wait. Who is the dude in WWE to be coming out to whoop that trick?
That's Trick Williams in NXT. I think. Is it?
I don't know. I just saw the video today, and I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm offended by this or not, but I kind of fuck with it.
That's in NXT. Then we had Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens in the 3-way match for the U.S. title. Hated that Logan Paul won, but dog, Randy Orton kicked the top off of my man, the YouTube kid.
He literally kicked him out of his costume, dog.
Hilarious. I'll say this match was hilarious. AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Boring.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch versus Io Sky, or not Becky Lynch, Bailey versus Io Sky for the title. Bailey wins the title. Fire.
Yep.
Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. One word for this. I will say satisfying. I think I love Seth. I think Drew's oversuited to win a belt in front of some fans. Within Damian Priest came out and cashed in. That whole sequence was very satisfying.
That shit was hilarious when he got. Do you remember when he got up on the announce table
with CM Punk
and was talking shit to CM Punk?
So funny. That was excellent. And then the main event, of course, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Fun. Cody wins, whatever, but just all the guys coming out was so fun.
Yeah,
it was excellent. And then Cody, of course, finishing his story.
How long before WWE fans turn on him?
So after WrestleMania, I said I'd give him a month, and it seems like people are already turning on him. God, those fans are ridiculous. Then
I don't like Cody, but that's kind of annoying.
I don't like Cody either, but it's very annoying.
Y'all wanted this shit.
Exactly.
No,
they do, but it's what happens, man. It's what they do. And then we had AEW Dynasty, which took place on Sunday. Whew! House of Black versus Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe. I'll say this was mid. Then we had Chris Jericho versus Hook. Why? That's my one word review for that.
Yeah,
why?
I don't know.
Chris Jericho's getting the go away heat, man. It's
about time. He should have been getting that years ago.
He's getting go away heat, and it is not good. It's awkward, and it makes me die from secondhand embarrassment. And he looks like melted ice cream.
Melted ice cream.
And then we had Kyle O'Reilly versus Roddy Strong for the International Championship. I love this match.
Yeah,
I thought this was the most underrated match on the show. I thought they went out and killed it, and I'm a huge fan of both these guys. That felt like some old school Ring of Honor days right there. I love that match. I thought that match was fire.
Wait a minute. Look at what this is. A brief spoiler from Dynamite, but could this change your opinion?
Oh, I mean, he's not a New Japan guy, dog.
He's right.
We'll see. We'll see. But dog, it's not. I don't know how I feel about it.
Cass is so fucking good.
He is. He's dope. And then we had the TBS Championship. Shout out to Willow Nightingale. She beats Julia Hart for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, good. Okay, it's good she won. I think she's a good wrestler, and it looks like she's gonna be doing something with Mercedes Moné. So
I think she's I love her, but it's clear that they're setting her up to get sacrificed by Mercedes. Because for those who didn't know, the reason why she beat her is because Mercedes Moné got hurt in the match, and they had to change the ending on the fly.
Yes, sir.
But shout out to Mercedes Moné for being cool about it though. Like I get the impression that she's like real, like cool.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like people fuck like the actual talent like really fucks with her.
Yeah, me too. Then we had the opening match, which was fire. Pac versus Okada.
Man,
American Heel Okada is so different.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I'm not used to it. And I'm enjoying that he did the thing where he was setting them up for the Rainmaker pose and he just gave everybody the finger.
Did you see
that was hilarious.
I think it was last Wednesday where he had that squash match and he just did like his whole shtick was just like, I'm super bored. He just had like this straight face, like, man, come here, nigga. And then just his whole expression was like, bro, this little American shit weak, bro. Y'all think this little AEW shit trash, bro.
Oh, so funny.
What a great gimmick.
I'm
coming over to America from Japan, and my gimmick is this little wrestling shit y'all be doing is fucking garbage.
Boring. But yeah, Okada's been excellent in AEW so far, and this match was dope. Then we had Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm wins.
I was not expecting that. I just knew Thunder Rosa was going to win that.
I think they're gonna keep it on Tony until like Jamie Hayter gets back at Wembley or something like that. That's what I would assume they would do. I'll say mid. It was okay. It wasn't that special. Then. The tag titles ladder match, Young Bucks versus FTR, fire. This match was awesome. They went after one of the greatest matches of all time, so they pretty much knew they had to absolutely tear it up, and they did. That match was dope. Then we had our guy Jack Perry coming back, pushing the ladder over in FTR, so he's probably going to be joining the Elite with Okada and the Bucks. That is fire.
I can't wait. That's what I was hoping when I saw that.
And then Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay. In the interest of time, I'm not going to talk about this match too much, but I will say I watched this match 3 times already, and it is easily in my top 3 favorite matches of all time. Absolutely one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life. And I don't like to say things are the greatest. I just like to say favorite because everything is opinion anyway. This is pro wrestling. Just my opinion, I think this is probably the best match in North America, like ever. Most of the matches I love are New Japan, you know what I mean? Even, Kenny versus Ospreay was Wrestle Kingdom, you know what I mean? The second one was AEW Forbidden Door, but the first one was Wrestle Kingdom. So when I'm thinking of, all-time great matches that actually took place in America, not in Japan, not in Tokyo Dome, not in, Korakuen Hall, not in Osaka-jo Hall, not in, Japan. I think this has to be one of the best ever, if not the best. This match is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it forever. I am doing another wrestling video where I will talk about it, and you guys can watch that. But this match was absolutely off the chain. Bryan Danielson is just ridiculous. Will Ospreay, ridiculously consistent. I don't think there's another wrestler ever who has performed in more like high profile dream matches with these crazy expectations and has literally delivered every time like Bryan Danielson. The Kenny Omega match, the Okada match, the Zack Sabre Jr. match, now the Ospreay match. Like this guy left WWE and is just on a ridiculous run of having insane matches.
I think the only there's 2 people I can think of that are close to him. Kenny Omega being one. And this might, I don't know. I mean, you are fair. You're a fair judge of wrestling character. I think it kind of might be Jon Moxley might be next in terms of like having like, not the same quality, but just like having crazy matches with quote unquote dream matches with people that you never thought you would see them together.
I think that, it's just crazy the level that Danielson just is consistently at, man. This guy is nuts. I think he's one of the GOATs. But then, the most sentimental nugget of the night, Swerve Strickland beats Samoa Joe.
Let's go.
Becomes the AEW champion, the first black world AEW champion. This is great. I love Swerve. I know you love Swerve.
Yep.
I want to just real quick, I think it's important that Swerve has a good title run where he is. I think he needs to have about. I want him to have like 5 title defenses before he loses that thing, which means Ospreay's on fire. You don't have to throw Ospreay at him right away. You know what I mean?
Do you think Ospreay is who eventually takes it from him?
No, you got to do Adam Page.
Adam Page. Why?
Hangman Page. Because they
they got the thing.
So
yeah.
I think you got to do. So I think
he should go over Adam Page though because of that.
Oh yeah, I think you do it once for sure. I think Page is in there as one of his title defenses. I think you got to do Takeshita. I think you got to do Orange Cassidy. I think you got to do Jay White. I think you got to get him some. I think Hobbs would be dope. I think you got to get him some
Hobbs. I love
some guys that he beats, defends the title. Then Page maybe comes in on the second time around and beats him, and then maybe you have Ospreay beat Page, because if Ospreay's gonna be world champ, you already know he's gonna
for
get
sure.
Eventually.
And he's gonna have a long reign.
But it's important that Swerve gets a good reign here, and that he's not a transitional champion. I don't want him to be a transitional champion.
I think Swerve and Ospreay would have a dog.
Oh, they
match.
would. They would have a banger.
They would have
sure.
a fire match.
They would have a great match. You know what? I actually would. Okay. I wouldn't be opposed to this. AEW's not against the time limit draw. I would honestly let them. I would honestly have him defend it against Ospreay at a either a pay-per-view or a TV or a Collision or something, and they just have a 30-minute time limit draw, and then they just don't come back to it. You know what I mean? Swerve does the heel thing. You didn't beat me, you're back at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to get back up to me again. That would be fire, and they would tear it up.
They would tear it up because I feel like people know Swerve from NXT. But like, no, he wanted them wrestler ass niggas.
Oh, Swerve's a cold. He was Kill Shot on Lucha Underground too.
Yeah,
he's been around the block. He was MLW World Champ too. He's
not a WWE guy who.
Nah, Swerve's a dog.
He is a wrestling ass, flippy shit ass, technical ass nigga, bro.
Swerve is a dog. Whose house?
Swerve's house, man. Let's go.
All right,
I want him to. Sorry, before we move on, I would like to see him have a face title run though. I would prefer that to a heel title run.
I think he's kind of one of those heels that's just cool,
like a Stone Cold kind of.
He's just cool, and people like him anyway. So you know what I mean. And he's too good. I mean, and again, it's hard to if you're good and exciting in the ring, it's tough to consistently get booed. Kenny Omega was the most ridiculous 90s action movie, just like over the top villain when he was champ, but like people still cheered him because he's too good of a wrestler. So, but yeah, man, let's go. X-Men 97. You are obsessed. I am one episode back, unfortunately. But last time we talked, it's good, right? And I think that
dog. We not about to just it's good. This shit is fucking incredible, bro.
So my early I'm kind of indifferent on the animation. I think it's the more I've watched it, the less it bothers me. I think it works. It looks good when there's action scenes. But I think the thing that is the most impressive and really good about the show is the story and the writing. It's I feel and I think you said this, we talked about this like a couple weeks ago, but they're very privy to the fact that we're the ones that are watching it, and they know. You know what I'm saying? They know who's watching it, and they're doing a good job of kind of catering the style and the storyline to people our age, So, what are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I wrote that on social media. This is the most well-written cartoon, regardless of whether it's comedy or action or whatever. It's the most well-written. I was gonna say non-anime, but I think it's better written than most animes as well.
You tripping?
Hell no. Hell, bro. It is better written than. I'm trying to think of an anime that I can say for sure it's not better written than.
Berserk.
And I'm that's cap because it's not an anime.
Berserk is an anime.
The anime was trash, yes or no?
Not the 1997 one.
You said it was trash.
No, the new one is trash. The one from the 2000 teens or whatever.
I haven't read
garbage.
it, but I'm not willing to give you the
That
benefit
anime
of the
is
doubt
terrible. But
on
the
this.
90s Berserk anime is fire. It's one of my favorite anime ever.
I have not watched it. I am unwilling to give the benefit of the doubt. But
I'm gonna let you. I'm letting you have this.
Carry on.
I'm not arguing. I'm letting you have this.
It is to me the level of writing is like HBO prestige television type shit. Like it is so much better than I thought. I had super high expectations for this shit, and it's like leaps and bounds better than I thought.
Is there anything better than when you have the dangers of having high expectations and then something? I just literally had the same experience with the Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay match. What was I saying? I have been working on another YouTube video of my top 10 favorite wrestling matches ever in history, and I literally was not making this video because I was waiting to see this match. When this match got announced, I stopped making that video because I knew that this match would make it, and
it did,
and they did the thing, and they did the thing better than even I thought it was going to be. So having your expectations surpassed is a great feeling.
Yeah, for sure. So
yo, I wanted to talk about there was this it was in one of the earlier episodes, and I forgot to bring it up last time we talked about it. There's a fight where Morph turns into Psylocke for a second.
Mm-hmm. Dog, this show gives Morph his flowers, and like Morph,
yeah, for sure,
bro. Morph is like a top 5 X-Man, low key.
Dog, it's crazy.
Like I don't think I knew this about his powers, bro. Like, because Morph is not an original comic character. He was
from the
he was created by the animated
mm-hmm.
series, and he is now a character in the MC or in the Marvel comic universe. But I thought his power was like Mystique's, where he can just like turn into the character.
I think it's more detailed now. I don't know if did they ever really go into it in the 90s cartoon?
No, he was only in like 3 or 4 episodes.
Because he was gone forever, and then he was, And
even when he came back, he left again.
Yeah.
So I thought his power was like Mystique's, where she can assume the physical, but I think it's more like Hope Summers, where Hope Summers can like, or not, is that Hope, like, I think she can, anybody who she's near, she can like amplify their whatever. But anyways, I forget what her power is, but it's like Morph can change into them and has their
power. He doesn't just take their appearance. He is them.
Like he's in the first episode, he turns into Archangel or regular Angel. In the minor spoiler, I had to turn the soundboard off. Minor spoiler. There's a fight in this coming episode that you haven't seen where he turns into Quicksilver and is Quicksilver. Like,
dog.
So Morph is every X-Man. Like technically speaking, like mathematically is the best X-Man, bro. I don't actually believe that, but he is really good. He's much better than I thought. What was I gonna say? This shit is super well written. I'm so surprised by how much over my expectations this is. You could just tell whoever wrote this. It's either one of two things. Either Bo DeMeo, who's the name of the guy who they need to bring back. He's the showrunner. It's like he wrote this for me. For me specifically. It was like, hey bro, my friend Omari in Detroit, like he really fucks with this shit. This is exactly what he would want to see. Either that or like if a really, really screenwriter talented version of myself wrote this, bro. Like I don't have that talent, so I could not have done it. But like the sensibilities of that go behind this writing are exactly what I wanted. Like literally exactly, because it really, like, those of you who are not really into comics like that, this is what the X-Men were, bro. These niggas were tormented, right? Like
Facts.
Genosha being attacked over and over again, their friends dying over and over again, and them having to deal with that. Like this version of Cyclops, like you're starting to see now the version of Cyclops that is in the comic, where Cyclops is like, hey,
He got a little Magneto to him.
There was a point in one of these episodes where somebody asked him, like, who could have seen this coming? And Cyclops straight up said, Magneto did. Right. Magneto. That nigga said it was going to happen. The fuck? What you mean, Xavier whole ass? Talking about get along. Man, fuck that. That's why Eric doesn't like Xavier, because he's soft.
He is. He's I think
Eric ain't been reading the new comics though. Like Xavier in the past 5 years is he's let that softness go.
Yeah, it's just you gotta have your what's your limit? You know what I mean? When do you start listening to the other guy?
I mean that's always been the gag, right? Like they're both right, kind of. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. A
little more Magneto,
especially not, man. And there's just so many bars, bro. Like
Magneto looks awesome in this show.
He does, man. There's just so, and like when I say the writing is good, what I mean is that they like routinely, one of the things that would often happen in these shows that make allegories to real social issues is they go right up to the line. And then they just kind of like,
that was,
and they just kind of back away from it.
That was safe. Facts.
Nigga, in this shit, bro, and you could tell like the showrunner, the writers are black people, are queer people, are minority people. You could tell because they're like, nah, like I'm finna say this shit because this is the problem, right? Like
all the way.
This is what frustrates me so much when white writers make statements about, or like try to write content or write media that's designed to make a statement about a social issue. They just go right up to the line and just kind of like step right on top of the line and be like, all right, that's enough. Just because they don't want to offend anyone.
Dog.
This show,
it's and you know what?
They're kicking the door open in this shit, bro.
Facts, but it's so crazy to think about people not wanting to offend the people who would be showing their cards as, you know, not a person,
friends of humanity.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And those are the people that are worried about offending. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And that's how everything is, man. People are worried about offending the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro. There was what did Magneto say? Like the woman asked him, you know, you don't want to end up a terrorist, do you? And then she was like, well, shit, so many of your politicians end up being terrorists.
Dog.
I was like, damn, bro.
That was bar.
And his first speech in the first episode
was a bar.
He was talking shit,
he was
bro.
Talking crazy.
He was talking ridiculous. He was like, hey, dog. It was really so like you remember that joke of like Denzel, the guy who imitated Denzel as Magneto. He literally gave that exact same speech. Oh,
that dude was so good.
Yeah, like it was the same idea, same
that
everything,
guy
bro.
Was hilarious. Facts.
Yeah, man. So I'm just super happy with this shit, bro. I'm very, very excited. I hear that episodes 8, 9, and 10 are that's like the crescendo of everything. I'm still not sure what's going on. I'm still not sure what the major plot piece is. They introduced the main villain in this episode, or who we think is one of the main villains, and it was a character that I don't know that much about. So I'm curious. It's one of the rare X-Men villains that I don't know a ton about. I know who he is, but I don't like. I didn't whatever comic book arc this is based on is not one I'm familiar with. Because we've got some Cable stuff going on. We've got some
my guy.
Some Madeline Pryor. I think maybe we'll see the Dark Phoenix again. There's a baby. There was a baby in that first episode. I thought that could have been Rachel Summers or Hope Summers.
Hope. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so there's a weird relationship because I don't think Hope Summer so Cable is Maitland Pryor and Scott's daughter or son. Then you've got Rachel, who is Jean and Scott's daughter, and then Hope is like an alternate timeline something, right? Or I think Hope was adopted. No, let me just look it up.
I am not sure
because Hope was the baby in the after House of M. What was that desolation, decimation,
something like that.
Yeah, decimation. So let me just look it up because I should have known this, and I'm embarrassed that I don't. Yeah, the Messiah War. Yep,
Messiah War.
Yeah, Hope was the first baby to be born after the first mutant baby that is to be born after House of M. Yeah. So Hope. Oh, I guess we don't know. I guess it hasn't been revealed yet. Interesting. I didn't know that. No wonder I didn't know because nobody knows. That actually makes me feel better.
I didn't know because nobody knows.
The reason why I didn't know is because there is no answer. Like it hasn't been established. No wonder I didn't fucking know that shit.
There you go, bud. See, you do know.
Say the mother was Louisa Spalding, who was impregnated by the Phoenix Force. I knew it. Something like that. So yeah, that's why she's the host for the Phoenix. Duh. Because she's basically fucking Anakin Skywalker. She was imbued by the Force, which in this case is the Phoenix Force. All right, I knew that. It's all good. X-Men swag stays intact.
Boom.
Anyways, yeah, the shit's good. Can't wait for the rest of the shit. It's already renewed to season 3. Bring them on. Bring them all out all at once.
It's good. It is good, and I'm sure it will continue to be good. Ninja Kamui. So there was this show kind of took a big turn. It was a lot of people really enjoyed it through the first few episodes, and then I told you, I don't know if
I'm on episode 7, and I'm not really sure where the turn was because all of this shit seemed like I saw it coming. What was the turn?
The turn was the tech armor and
they were when we first saw the Council of Ninjas, they were already in the suits.
So I think that
why were people surprised about that?
I think people just. I'll say this.
Are you talking about his Kamui suit?
Yeah, I think that people were expecting
that bitch is kind of Iron Man-ish
to be. And I do think the show. We just don't. We don't see. It was real Metal Gear. I was getting a real Metal Gear Solid vibe from it in the earlier episodes. You know what I mean? And then it kind of went full
more
mech.
Street level.
It kind of went full mech, kind of.
Yeah.
And exactly like staying at that street level. Haven't. It's just not a lot. It's not a lot out there like that. So I think it would have been dope to kind of stay in that lane, and that's what kind of turned people off was going full mech, full tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still am enjoying it, but I will admit I'm not enjoying it on the level that I was before it went full. Yeah. Before it went like full mech like that, and I still like it. I still think it's really good and it's dope, and I'm still watching it. But I was kind of excited for that, for it staying at that street level type of character and story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. I don't know. It is meeting my expectations. I like the fact that it's not shown any anime right now that's not a shonen.
That's facts. Yeah,
that's not like a shonen cliche. That's automatically I'm interested.
I agree. I hear that.
And the fights are great. Like the fights are
dope.
fire. Yeah.
Even the mech fights are well done. So I agree with that too.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I don't know that my expectations were ever like sky high, but I'm enjoying it. Like I keep falling asleep in episode 8, so I have not gotten past that.
Have you seen Rebel Moon 2 yet?
I've not seen it yet, but we can talk about it.
No, we'll save it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it if you watch it. I am. I'm still on my Dragon Ball rewatch.
I texted him earlier. I was like, I'm sensing a top 5 change coming. We'll see.
So I am. I'm on my Dragon Ball rewatch. So the first thing I have to do is. The first thing I have to do is just say that, bro, the Saiyan arc is so good, and the Goku versus Vegeta fight, man, that is the one thing that my
favorite one.
So I remember we talked about our fights, and Piccolo versus Frieza will always be number 1, but Goku Vegeta definitely would have to move up to my second favorite. Like that fight is so good. The Kamehameha blast is
cool, and the Gallet
and the Gallet gun blast is the way they animate it, bro. With the it is so fire. Good. That fight's amazing. So just during my rewatch, man, right now I'm on the Android Saga. My goodness, the Namek arc is my favorite thing. There's so that arc. Shit. It's
long, dog.
It's so long. It is. It's ridiculous. There's so much good stuff that happens in it, though, man. Like, first of all, you got the Vegeta Revenge Tour, man. And this guy, this is where, and he's still a jerk, right? Like, he's not, he hasn't reached that point.
He never becomes not a jerk, though.
He doesn't, but you start seeing little subtle, even just because of where I'm at now, the Android Saga, you see things like where he saves Goku and Goku starts getting attacked by that virus, and he comes in and knocks the android. He was talking crazy to that android. What did he call him? He called him a fat. He called him a fat tub of lard, something. He was just going in on him, and then he saves Goku, and basically nah, I'm killing Kakarot. Like that's reserved for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then there's a moment where they're fighting Android 20, and Piccolo. Piccolo beats up Android 20, and Vegeta just kind of has a smile on his face the whole time. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's leveling up, But before that, oh my goodness, huge jerk. But Namek that arc is incredible. Obviously the Frieza fight, but dude, there's so much good stuff going on there, man. You got the Vegeta Revenge Tour.
Wait, hold on. I just look at this tweet, bro. Somebody said Tony Khan taking bumps, and then this was the quote tweet.
That's a good double entendre there.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious. Because Tony Khan seems to do cocaine,
snort Adderall. Yeah, man. Then you got the Gohan and Krillin team up. You got Goku arriving off the ship, man, and him just running through the Ginyu Force. Namek is incredible. We got Piccolo showing up, saving Gohan, man.
The thing
Frieza.
I like the most about the Namek saga is that, like, I just like to see the payoffs. Like, that's where you got to see the work paying
man.
off.
And again, like, bro, nobody works harder for their level ups than dudes in Dragon Ball, man. Like, it's crazy. And like I said,
everybody too. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta,
everybody, they train, man.
Piccolo,
dog. I love it. It's so fulfilling. I love it.
Wait, hold on. You got me started now. Hold on. Though there is one thing I didn't quite understand, or either I didn't understand it or I didn't really like it. Is I thought that the great what's the big Namek, the grandpa Namek, I can't remember his name, the sage Namek or whatever.
It's the ancient one or something. Guru.
Yeah.
Guru.
I kind of thought that like sort of whatever he did to Gohan and Krillin seemed
it was
a
little like convenient.
Like not even that. It was convenient. It also didn't really do shit.
It was convenient, but also
the same thing happened to Gohan again. I mean, essentially, the thing here's what I didn't understand. This is like 300 level Dragon Ball analysis. Ultimate Gohan was said to be the version of Gohan who had his full potential unlocked when the Kais did that for him. Mm-hmm. Was that not the same thing the Guru did?
Right.
But
he's
just
supposed to unlock.
Yeah.
I guess I will say the one thing I do like though, I do like that he was supposedly bringing out their potential that they already have, and not just
like
giving
future?
them, not just like giving them a power.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair.
So,
that's fair.
But yeah, I feel it was definitely mad convenient. But and then there's I already talked about the Namek arc a while back, but there's this hilarious moment when like Goku's gone for 2 years and he finally comes home, and he's having a conversation with Chi-Chi, and he just kind of goes, "Oh, it'll be all right." He just kind of like taps her, and she just goes flying through this tree. Hilarious. But I'm on the Android saga right now, man. Trunks just showing up and just killing Frieza like that. Like, it was a total side quest that wasn't even on his mission. He just kind of was like, "Oh, I guess I'll," you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I'll kill this guy while I'm here.
Yeah.
But just, man, I text you and I said, you know what? I see why you like Vegeta. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I hated Vegeta, but like he's so determined, and like I said, nobody in Dragon Ball works harder for their come up and stuff.
Man, he was putting in work.
I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again. I love him. He's excellent, man. But yeah, still just really enjoying this Dragon Ball rewatch, man. I'm also noticing that, and I mean, I always liked Goku, but like I love Goku, man. I think he gets I think people have kind of changed what his character is supposed to mean, right? I think people have kind of created a different version of him in their head, kind of based off of some of the internet talk. You know what I mean?
But wait, who are we talking about?
Goku.
Oh, sure.
I think his character has really people have kind of like turned him into something that he's not over the internet over the last few years. But I love Goku, man. He's so inspirational. That's my guy. But yeah, man, Dragon Ball rewatch is going great. Did you get the top 5?
I did, yes.
Let's go. X-Men. X-Men's been kind of the thing for the last couple of weeks. We're enjoying the show. Mm-hmm. Superhero teams. Give me your top 5 favorite superhero team leaders. Who's out there leading the squad? It could be whatever, man. There's a lot of superhero teams out there. Who's your top 5 favorite superhero team leaders?
Yeah, I'm making a change.
You go
right now because I just thought about something.
Oh boy.
Quick honorable mention. I don't think this person deserves to be on any list, but I just want to talk about him.
Quick honorable mention. I mean, this dude's trash.
Well, because the person that we're talking about is somebody who I've changed my opinion about as an adult. But historically, they have been a team lead, and they're like just an asshole, and that's Batman. Just because like the whole okay, it would take Eric to talk about this, but like the way he treats the Bat family is just so like toxic, dog. Like, even Dick Grayson is like, bro, I don't know what's wrong with that nigga. Like, everybody comes to Dick Grayson to try to figure out how to talk to Batman. Dog. And Dick Grayson just be like, bro, I don't know what's wrong with that nigga, bro. I'll handle him. I know how to talk to him, but
Dog.
just
Leave bats alone.
he's weird, man. He's white and he's rich, and that's,
And that's why, and him being those things has made him crazy.
yep, and clearly, not only is he just depressed, he's also like clearly like a sociopath, maybe even a psychopath.
The man he's crazy. He's
Flat out a psychopath. I think.
I would agree.
That's actually, I mean, I don't love Batman anymore, but I do like the Joker quite a bit, and I just think that's the reason why their back and forth is so funny is because Joker's whole thing is like, y'all think I'm the crazy one? Look at this nigga, bro. Like, Joker's whole shtick is like, hey.
And you said that to me before.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Joker's whole shtick is literally, hey, look at this
Y'all
nigga,
think
bro.
I'm crazy?
Yeah, and y'all think, look at this
guy.
This nigga's wearing a bat suit.
He's over there beating up a poor person.
Right?
Now.
This nigga's wearing a bat suit, bro.
For having a bag of weed on him.
He just broke his leg. Joker thinks that shit's hilarious.
He won't kill him, but he'll beat him into a coma though.
Hey, y'all think I'm tripping, bro? Look at this goofball, dog.
Dog, so funny. Goodness.
So yeah, number 5.
Number 5.
It might seem low for y'all, but when you understand where I'm coming from, it'll make sense. Number 5 is Cyclops.
Woo.
That is kind of low, yeah.
That is low.
Here's the reason why I don't have him at number.
Especially as a comic book reader. That's
I know.
Low for you.
He's excellent, but he's not been the best X-Men leader. Neither has number 4. Number 4 is Wolverine. Wolverine has led the X-Men. He's also led X-Force and also X-Factor. And he has been an Avenger, and he's been a part of the Fantastic Four.
Wolverine's Wolverine could get into any superhero facility.
Yeah.
He got access to.
Yeah, no, he got all the key cards.
He got all the key cards. He could get in wherever.
He got all the Wi-Fi passwords. Yeah, no, he be in there. Because I mean,
this guy,
his motto is "I'm the best at what I do," and that's a fact. Can't nobody murder like Wolverine. Can't nobody murder like that nigga, dog. That nigga murder master, dog.
I remember when I was a kid, like anytime you saw Sentinels in the cartoon, I used to get, because you already knew he would get to go crazy.
Right.
They never let him. Yeah. They never let him impale no human beings, but
it was a Sentinel. Time to open some tin cans, dog.
It was some Sentinels. You already knew he was about to go nuts.
Yeah, we finna open some tin cans on y'all ass.
About to open some tin cans.
Wolverine he's also part of the CIA at one point with or whatever that group was with Captain America.
Oh yeah.
So just so off of this, even though he was not the best X-Men leader, off the strength of him just having so much experience. And especially after he got all his memories back. And also he was a part of Alpha Flight.
Dog.
What other teams was he on? X-Force, X-Factor.
Uncanny X-Force too.
Yeah.
Black and white joints.
Alpha Flight, Avengers, Fantastic Four.
Dang, this dude really was on every team.
Was he a part of the Infinity Watch? Maybe not. That doesn't sound like something he would do. He wasn't really in space like that. Nah. He was a part of Secret War, the one with the Beyonder, and also he was definitely a part of the Infinity Gauntlet story too, because I remember Thanos turned his claws into snakes.
Yeah.
Because X-Men played a big role in that whole thing. Anyways, I got to give him the nod over Cyclops just in terms of just having way more experience. Here's the reason why Cyclops and Wolverine coincidentally have been knocked down to 3 and 4 because of hold up.
Uh-oh.
I gotta put the right respect on her name. You already know who it is, but but when we dealing with you know what I'm saying, people who have earned a place in the pantheon, we got to put the proper honorifics.
I love that word.
Yeah, for sure.
Honorifics.
All right, so what do we got here? Yeah. So number 3 is the Queen Mother Goddess Grand High Priestess.
Oh, you get
Aurora Storm Monroe.
All the terms.
Are
you gonna have all X-Men on your list?
No, believe it or not. Almost, but no. Here's the reason why Storm is the best X-Men leader ever. Even better than Xavier, in my opinion. Bro, Storm challenged Scott for, I think I told you this offline.
Yeah.
And I may have told this on the podcast already, but she challenged Scott for the leadership of the X-Men because she thought that nigga was soft.
Oh.
She thought that nigga wasn't doing his job. And she beat his ass. This was during the period of time where she had been depowered by the Executioner. So that what happened in the show actually happened in the comic.
Straight hands.
She straight up like two-pieced this. She just straight like scrapped this nigga down. Scrapped him down. Scrapped him down with no powers, just straight up like, hey, I got tech. I got hands and I got tech.
Let me hold that leadership.
Right. Come up off this leadership shit. Cause until you get your shit together, you can't. I'm not letting you near none of my babies, bro. I ain't letting you near none of my nephews and nieces. Cause you tripping right now, dog. This is also when Scott was cause for him to be such a Boy Scout, that's funny.
Boy Scout. Oh, that was kind of
right.
That was clever.
He's got a fatal flaw that many of us men have. That nigga has often tripped and fell into some pussy by mistake. namely Madeline Pryor and also Emma Frost. And also I think he almost had a thing with Dazzler too. So he be getting confused sometimes. Like he be getting his priorities mixed up. And this was during one of those times. And Storm was like, bruh, like, come on, dog. Like,
what you doing?
Y'all here hoeing around, bro. I'm trying to lead a group. I'm trying to lead the X-Men. Y'all here hoeing around. Like, what's the problem?
I gotta put these paws on you.
All right, let me get you together right quick so you can figure out whatever shit you got going on.
Let me get you together.
And I'm gonna handle these X-Men.
Let me get you together right quick.
Right. These couple of hands. And I think she was the leader for a while, and I think she kind of maintained a de facto like second in command ever since then. And like is in a position now where she's clearly in that upper echelon of like leaders among the X-Men. But yeah, so shout out to Storm, bro. Storm is the shit.
Boom.
Number 2, here's where we jump out of the X-Men for just a second. We're gonna go back to DC. And we're gonna go with John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern. Everybody, like I don't know a ton about I know enough about the Justice League, but not as much as I know about the Marvel teams. But I do know that like all of the other heroes in the Justice League, they all fuck with John Jones. They're like, oh no, he's the guy. Like, fuck Superman. Superman is strong and everything, and Batman is smart and everything, but Batman's a fucking jerk and like has a flat out like Batman has a plan. He has a folder where
for everybody.
Where like here's how to kill all these.
Here's
niggas
how to kill your grandma
in case they get out of hand.
Get threatened by her.
Right? Like what the fuck kind of shit is that?
Dog, what are you doing in your spare time?
Yeah,
he's out of his mind.
And then
Joker probably just.
He
probably be hacking into his stuff and don't even touch it. He just looks at it and just laughs at him.
Be cracking
like,
up.
Dog, this dude's out of. He's crazier than me.
Yeah, clearly.
Y'all think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
So anyway, and then Superman is like a sort of a mannequin. So like doesn't really have any personality. So whatever. John Jones.
Mannequin.
John Stewart is, and he's like a military guy, I think, and he also from Detroit, then a motherfucker. So like, got to give it up to John Jones. Yo, Detroit got sneaky a bunch of DC characters that are like big time, like Cyborg, and
that's facts.
Yeah,
Static Shock,
Cyborg, Static Shock, and John Jones or John Stewart are all from Detroit.
John Bones Jones from Detroit.
Real quick, bro.
Yo, that's kind of crazy though.
So of those three, I'm sure there's this other dude named Vibe who's like Mexican. He would be from Southwest. And his power is that he vibrates. It's just so trash.
Dog, he'd probably be looking mad when he's using his powers.
So here, real quick,
Y'all
of
couldn't
those
give me
3
nothing
guys,
better.
what high school with those 3 guys have gone to?
Oh, dog. Static went to Osborne.
You think so? I feel like Static went to like DSA or something.
Bro. Static went to Osborne, and he sneaky good at sports, but don't play on the teams. And everybody want him to play, but he don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Here's one I know for sure we agree on. John Stewart absolutely went to Cass Tech. No question about it. That nigga went to Cass.
100%.
100% he went to Cass. So which? Oh, you know what? Okay, here's 2 options. Victor Stone, cold ass name by the way, one of the best real names ever.
Yeah, that's a
cold ass football name by the way, also because he was a quarterback. Victor Stone, before he became Cyborg, was a star football player.
King.
He either went to King or he went to UOD Jesuit.
Oh, I would say that one. UOD Jesuit's kind of better.
Yeah, for sure. But we know 100%.
What a fire name.
Yeah, Victor Stone at quarterback. You already know he got a rocket, dog.
Cannon.
And he mobile, bro. He Cam Newton 6'4", solid.
Crazy numbers on the season, throwing for 400 yards and 8 touchdowns in one game.
And then 3 rushing touchdowns. Can't nobody fuck with Victor Stone, bro.
And Victor Stone breaks the all-time state passing
record.
Bro,
Victor Stone was finna go downstate, bro. Victor Stone was getting recruited by Michigan.
He was going to the league.
Not facts, dog. Victor Stone, he wasn't just getting recruited by like CMU or fucking Eastern. Nah, bro. He was getting recruited by Jim Harbaugh, dog.
U of M.
He was finna go to the big show, dog.
That's such a dog. That is such a sweet name, too, man. Wow.
Victor Stone. But yeah, no, John Stewart for sure went to Cass. And he was in ROTC without question. And now he's the principal there too after he finishes his superhero career. Hilarious. I don't know, man. I feel like Static went to like a little creative nerdy school.
Yeah, you might be right about
like
that.
Like a CMA or like DSA or something like that on some like artsy fartsy type shit.
Nah, I hear you on
or
that.
Shit. He might have went to Cranbrook, dog. Anyways, and then number 1 is Magneto, obviously.
Boom.
We don't need to talk more about Magneto. You already know what it is. Sorry, hold on. Got to get the honorifics.
I gotta get the honorific.
I don't have it memorized yet. There we go. The Honorable Rabbi Dr. Max Magnus Eisenhart X, conquering lion of the tribe of Benjamin, the elder of the Council of Krakoa, and the master of magnetism, Magneto, dog. Enough said.
Fire. Love it. Boom. That's great. Let's go, man. I got a little weird with my list to try to get a little creative here. My top 5 favorite superhero team leaders. Let's go. Number 5. Maybe my favorite team, Marvel team of the 90s when I was a kid growing up. I'm going to go with Cable. Cable, man.
Yeah, Cable is
the X-Force comics in the 90s. Cable was such a dope character, man. Like he really got me interested. Really just I still think to this day is the most ridiculously drawn Marvel character of all time.
Facts, bro.
Cable is like 10 feet tall, and he's like 300 pounds of just like...
Nah, 600 pounds, bro. That nigga's a He-Man action figure, bro.
600 pounds of just granite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just... but man, I love X-Force. Always loved Cable. And just... he was always, one of my favorites growing up, and even going from reading the X-Force stuff and then some of the New Mutant stuff, like that was two really good because once you start reading X-Men and you get into those mutant characters, X-Force and New Mutants was they were bringing in some characters that ended up becoming kind of mainstays in the mutant game too, man. So but Cable is my number 5.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna sprinkle these in between. I just learned that the Crow is from Detroit. Eric Draven.
That's dope. Josh likes the Crow.
So we're at school. He went to like some high school downriver.
The
for
Crow's
sure.
from Detroit, bro.
Yeah, he probably went to like Lincoln High School or some shit, or like
he's
he's
definitely a downriver guy.
Yeah, like Wyandotte.
Allen Park.
You're right.
Dog, that's crazy. I did not know that, but I see it though. I can see it
100%, bro. Like he used to hang out at like those like rocker bars in like downtown Detroit.
Aren't they remaking the Crow movie?
Yeah, and we'll see about that.
That's weird. But let's keep it going. Number 4, favorite superhero team leaders. This is where we're gonna start getting a little creative here. Number 4. I'm going with Optimus Prime. Let's go.
Ooh, that's a great one.
Prime from the legendary Autobot. I love Optimus Prime.
He's one of the greatest leaders in the history of fiction.
One of the GOAT leaders in the history of fiction, man, flat out. Let's roll. I love Optimus Prime.
I know who your number 1 is.
Yeah, of course you do. I want Optimus Prime. Number 4, man. Did you see the trailer for this new Transformers?
Bro, I did, and I thought that shit looked trash. That shit looked trash, bro.
What are we doing? I was not expecting that.
Forget the fact that it was kind of silly. I wouldn't have minded that. But also, it just didn't look good.
It didn't look good.
It looked like Netflix quality.
It did look like Netflix. Honestly, the show on Netflix was looked a little better.
Here's the only thing I can say that maybe explains something, because I think it's Sony. I think they're trying to do the like Sony Ninja Turtle / Spider-Verse style animation. I think they're attempting that.
Dog, that didn't look anything.
I'm just that's the only explanation I can give.
What y'all doing?
Is that they tried to do like, hey, let's do some like sort of kind of abstract looking.
Nah,
I thought that shit looked super.
This ain't it.
Yeah, I stopped what I was doing.
Not gonna be able to do
I was watching TV and I literally stopped what I was doing to pull this trailer up, and I was like, "This shit weak, bro. This shit about to be trash."
Oh no, terrible. But number 4, Optimus Prime, gross. Let's go, man. Number 3, for me, my top 5 favorite superhero team leads. I'm going with Wolverine, man. Not just the X-Men, but one of my favorites, the Uncanny X-Men, that whole team, the black and gray, the red eyes. That's one of my favorite teams that Wolverine leads. But like we said earlier, man, this guy has all the key cards. He's been on a lot of different teams. He has led a lot of different squads. And he's also, plays just a good muscle role too when he's not, in the leadership position. But he also, if he's not the leader, he gonna have some input. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Wolverine. Number 2, not just from the show growing up, but these comic books have also been fire over the years from Boom Studios. Tommy Oliver, man, Power Rangers,
hell yeah,
the GOAT. For me, the White Ranger. Also loved him as the Green Ranger as well. But Tommy Oliver, man, GOAT. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank, man, who played him in the show. But I'm telling you, man, like the Power Ranger comic books. Kyle Higgins, I think, maybe. Is that who? Look it up real quick. I want to say it's Kyle Higgins, Boom Studios. The Power Ranger comic books are really good, man. The original one, the Shattered Grid stuff.
He's got an Ultraman comic too.
That sounds really. You know what, man? I would love to see Kyle Higgins write a Guyver comic book. Super random. My son is super into. I told you this. He's super into Kamen Rider right now.
Dog.
So random. So random. But yeah, Tommy Oliver.
Oh shit! So he knows about Momotaro.
Dog,
then.
the dude from the
That's my favorite gif ever. Hell yeah,
the hot
dog.
take gif.
That's the hot
So
take gif.
funny.
That nigga bust in like, what the fuck y'all niggas? What the fuck y'all niggas talking about? I got a fucking opinion. I disagree. Like, he came in with much energy, bro.
That gif is so funny.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
But Tommy Oliver, number 2, man, the GOAT. I'm telling y'all, read those Power Rangers comic books. Also, even the Ninja Turtle crossover one is dope too, bro. Shredder getting the power coin and being the Green Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
So sweet. And number 1, who's number 1?
It's got to be Leonardo.
Leonardo, let's go. Ninja Turtles. But GOAT, my GOAT. I mean, you know, I've listened to any episode of the SwordCast, man. You hear me talk about this guy.
The way he talks about Leonardo is how I talk about Magneto.
Facts. Leonardo, man, just a true leader, man. Always put his brothers first, man. Just that's my guy. Yeah. And I won't spend too much time on it because I talk about him all the time. But that's my list, man. My top 5 favorite superhero team leaders: Cable, number 5; Optimus Prime, number 4; Wolverine, number 3; number 2, the GOAT, man, Tommy Oliver, number 1, Leonardo. Let's go.
Let's go.
Had to turn the sound off. All right, man. Thank y'all for listening. We're back.
Yes, sir.
We got a new album coming out. I will tell you when, but not right now. Wait, it's coming out. Oh, the sound cut out.
We told you exactly when it was coming out.
And the name of it is. Did the sound go out again?
Yeah.
Man. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Don't break your neck eating a hot dog. Peace.